Hey everybody, it is Dajawe here, and I am here with another episode in my Game Block Decoded series. Although there is no game block in this one, I just like calling it my Game Block Decoded series. So in this video, we are going to be dealing with signals. And signals are messages that get sent out when you do something in the game. And signals are controlled by tons and tons of different actions. All of the ones in the top yellow here can basically send out signals. Now, so can everything else. If you were to have something that was hidden, right? And you wanted it to do something when it appeared, then you could have it start a signal when it appeared. In any case, just to break this down very basically, I've got a button that is programmed just to change color when you tap on it, right? So I am tapping the screen on the button, and that is what it's doing. Now, a signal has to be sent out from something and then has to be received by something else in order for it to be useful. Now, it can be received by something totally different in the world, or it can be received by itself. And I'll go over that here in a couple minutes. Now for this, I've broken this down to a really simple basis. Let me go ahead and clear that out. So this cube, we want to change its color, right? And we want to use the button to do it. So what you want to do is start out with your onPlay equals whatever color it's starting, or does whatever color it's starting out as. Okay, so if you were to take out the onPlay and you just had the gold sitting there, you wouldn't be able to change the color because all it does is gold. It just does gold. That's it. So onPlay is going to allow you to change the color. Now when we tap the button, we're going to want to use a signal to send to the cube the timing or the signal that we want it to change. So we're going to put a custom label or a custom signal in here. We're just going to put a silly change color with no vowels. Okay, so right now it's going to send out the signal change color when we push the button. Now you'll see, however, that it's not going to do anything because it has nothing to receive it. So on the cube, what we want to do is when we receive change color, we want it to change to red because it's my favorite color in the panel. And now, when we get back into the game, when we hit play and we get rid of the speech bubble, we tap it and it turns red, right? So it sends out the change color, the cube receives change color and changes it, right? Okay. But because we maybe want it to do more colors than that, what we're gonna do is every time we change the color and it's gold, right? So I'm gonna put the gold in here. So whenever we get the signal change color and it's gold, it turns red. And in order to keep going, we just have to copy. Now you can long hold on anything in the action panel and it will copy. So long hold on the red and it copies down and we can change it to green. You know, when we receive it again and it's green, we can change it to orange. When we press the button again and it gets that again, we're going to change it back to gold because I like things going in a loop. It makes things a little bit cleaner and you can keep having fun, you can keep doing stuff. So now, again with the speech bubble, I'll learn one of these times. We change it to red. Now when we tap it and it's red, it will turn green. When we tap it again at green, it will turn orange. When we tap it again at orange, it will turn back to gold. So this is the basic use of your signals for just changing a color block, and I'll go over now what this little motor thing is doing here, right? So now with our motor, what we're going to do is instead of change color, right? So it's going to leave the cube totally alone. What we're going to do is we're going to add a signal, another custom signal that says turn, right? Now when we do it this way, okay, so we have it sending out, but it's not really doing anything. All right, so let's say when the motor, when it receives the signal turn, it's gonna turn. And you're gonna see where we're gonna get hung up on this. Okay, hello, different colors. I really need to take that speech bubble out. So when we touch the button, what you may or may not be able to tell is that it is turning a very, very, very little bit. Now, if I turn the speed up on this pretty high, you'll be able to see it better. So I tap it and it turns, but it's only turning because it's only sending the signal out that one time when I tap the button. And there's a couple of ways to fix this. Okay, so you notice that I have in there on play does orange, and we know when we change colors, we can make it do different things. So when we receive the signal turn, we can change the color to a dark orange, right? And then we can make that dark orange make it turn. So it's gonna receive the signal, it's gonna change the color. Now, when the color is an action, it stays that, it keeps doing that as long as it's that color, right? So now, when we get into our game, quote unquote, when we tap it, it's just gonna turn, right? And you can see the motor is a slightly different color of orange. Now, there's a way that you can do this without changing the color. Say you have a cool door or something else that you want to open, a car, anything. Then you don't want to change any of the colors in order to make it go. Your signals have two options. The little blue arrow, when I set it down, the little blue arrow in the top right corner means that it has options that you can do. So there's global, and right here we have the model. Now it's going to start out as global. You see the little earth on there, and then you can have it transmit just to the model. Now it's a little bit more complicated to script when you do it this way, but it works for so many things. If you have a button or anything that needs to activate something else, you can do it this way, right? So we can copy our signal over, and when we receive the signal, it just transmits to the model turn. I'm gonna keep moving that down, sorry. Now we're repeating it, okay? And when it does model turn, which is going to repeat because of the third line down, it's going to turn. I don't have to change the color. I can make it whatever I want. I can make all of these black, and I can keep them the same color, right? I can make them all green. I can make them all whatever I want. I don't have to change the color. I don't even have to have the top line in there. So we're gonna try this out because, oh, the speech bubble. So now when I tap the button, it does the same exact thing. Nothing has to change color, and it keeps turning and turning and turning. Now there's other uses for the in-model signaling. I don't use the in-model signaling for much else other than stuff like this. Obviously, it's not always going to be a motor with a tiny brick on top. But in a lot of my games, I use in-model signaling in order to just make one or two things do what I want to do when something happens. So if I sent a global signal out, I don't want it to keep doing the global signal in case anything else gets messed up by that. I want it to just stay in the model. Now I have a couple of other uses for the signals as well. So with the other uses for signals, there's a ton of things that you can use between changing colors, moving motors, doing rockets, activating blocksters, activating gear, having gear activate different things with water. You can send a signal from pretty much anything to pretty much anything. They're hugely useful. And just as a quick example, you know, I had the cube. Messed up my cube programming. Fat fingered that. Okay. Anyway, so I have another little thing. Still forgot to get rid of the speech bubble. Anyway, everybody likes tycoon games, whether in Blocksworld or Roblox or wherever. And you got your little red square. Boom. Little house on a prairie. I wonder what happens when we push the doorbell. Oh, there's my wife. Hello, wife. How are you? In any case, I hope that this signal video helps either newer people or younger builders, and I hope some of you more advanced builders got something out of this as well. Anyway, I'm Dajawe again, D-A-J-A-W-E. Be sure to bookmark and follow me in Blocksworld, and like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the little bell and you will know exactly when all of my new videos come out. I'm going to be trying to do between 2 and 3 videos a week, so I will not overload your subscription tab. So go ahead and follow me and subscribe. The bell will not annoy you, I promise. Anyway, I hope all of this has helped, and as always, like it if you like it.